right, so far let's see what we have done so far. Okay, so in our last classes we went to define the formal definition of GDP, right? Before that we went over a bit on business cycle, which shows ups and downs in the economy, recession, expansion, and the relationship between production and employment during that time, right? Then we uh, formally defined GDP, which is the market value of all the final goods and services produced in a country in a given period of time. Okay, um, we went over the definition very carefully, and we saw that we refer to only final goods and services, right? Because we excluded all the intermediate goods or inputs in our GDP calculation, right? Another important component was the production has to be inside country's border. So for US GDP, it has to be produced inside US border, regardless of the ownership of the firm. Okay, and it's going to be inside in a given period of time. Later, in our I think last class, we saw that in chapter 2 we introduced a circular flow model where we had only firm and households and the interaction. So it was easy, maybe it would be easy to calculate GDP if you have only two players, firms and households, right? We work for firms, firm give us goods and services, and it's a circle of easy economic activities. But in society, in real life, we have much more than that, right? So we introduced government into the picture. We saw government, they raise taxations from us, from firms, and they also buy goods and services from firms, and also they spend some of their taxation money they raise from us in government transfer payments. And some examples were stimulus checks, right? It's food stamp, all sort of things. And we said that in the exam you're going to have a question on that, because government transfer payments are not part of the GDP calculation, so be careful on there. Then we also added export and import in our circular flow model, because most of our t-shirts, maybe they are not produced in US, maybe they were in China, maybe they were produced in Bangladesh. Okay, then we also introduced financial sectors, where we had banks, for example. So now if you want to calculate or track down all the economic activities there, it was so difficult, right? So many players, so many directions of activities. So we said, hey, you know what, we are going to have a universal formula to calculate GDP, which was y equal to consumption